You have to let it reconnect now.
No good? With extra waterproof protection. The detail is broken. The others as low as 300. Hold on a minute. Triangle patches on top. Missed me? I missed you too. The queen of tuning is back. So I've come a long way already. Big progress has been made and numbers speak for themselves. Now I've got 780 horsepower at the crank, the 690 maximum torque, and along this way I've gathered even more insights about the whole process. Some things and details I really want to share, because during this tuning process there are some obvious weak spots, things you really wish you knew beforehand. Because even with this situation, recent situation involving the drive shaft, honestly that was something that the experienced tuner could have predicted right away.
There we go. Easer on in the bottom beams. All right, tree set, get ready, get set, go. Right side had a mechanical issue. 995.72 on the full pull on the left side.
And if you know what to look for, it's up to you to decide whether you want to prevent the problem before and actually if it happens, or you want to fix it when it breaks, maybe in the middle of a race, and then spend midnight searching for someone who will tow your baby across the state. But let's get down to tuning process and my impressions. Stage 1. Honestly, if it's not a BMW, Mercedes or Porsche, there's not much point in just throwing on a tune box. Many tuners don't even count it as real tuning. You can put also a program. Stage 1, there are several companies making it as Boot Mode 3, the most popular, MHD popular with BMW owners, DME, Acutech, about 10 of them. Also out of Verke, based in Miami. But you will get bubbles and crackles, but in terms of power, pull and feel, not a huge difference. Real fun begins with stage 2 and downpipes. So, downpipes and stage 2. That's when you actually feel the real surge. The car responds better and the sound is wow. Numbers are wise. From 0 to 60, it dropped from 3.7 to 3.4 and now steady 3.1. But you should always keep in mind, once you start tuning, you say bye-bye to your warranty. One person commented recently, is it really worth losing your warranty for just 70 extra horsepower? So first, not 70, it's 110. And second, tuning, it's not just about chasing numbers or ending up with some crazy race-only car that you trailer to the track. Tuning it's about journey. For someone, it's about insane performance. For another one, it's keeping warranty intact. And for me, it's about the process itself. Let's talk numbers. Maximum torque is much higher. What's it? It says maximum power. What's the process?
So it depends. I mean,
We install it only on M2 mode. Oh, good. Have a look at that. Oh my God. The whole idea of this project is to go step by step from a stock car worth 70-80K to a crazy performance that supercars have for 200-300Ks. and still being able to drive this car every day. So next came the full exhaust, front, medium and rear section. Overall it came out great. It doesn't make big difference on the dyno, so I didn't even measure it. But the sound is powerful. Honestly, I believe that placing just downpipes and replacing the midsection would have been enough. It's similar sound and much less hassle. Moreover, very few shops put the original valves while changing the rear section. When changing mine, I didn't realize it would come with new valves that are not controlled by the stock button, so it came with extra wiring, remote control and key fob. And here's the catch: you cannot keep them open all the time because you will be shaking all the neighborhood awake. If they are closed, you cannot go to sport mode, so you need to switch it all the time. And from the inside you cannot be sure if they're opened or not. So how do you imagine I'm driving down the road and then I decide to hit the gas, or someone suggests to race, and here I am saying, hold on a minute.
No other love, Mama, I'm flying.
So if I knew it earlier, I would have gone to the shop that puts original valves and wires it to the stock button. So you don't even need to think about that. You put sport mode, they're open. You put comfort mode, they're closed. It's a little bit more expensive, but way more convenient. But again, overall, the sound is very powerful. When you put in comfort mode, it's really silent. When you put in sport mode, it's really powerful. I can show you. Next is lowered suspension. Actually, when it comes to lowering, there are two types of springs: adjustable and non-adjustable. Adjustable ones let you fine-tune the ride height and stiffness, but they need much more setup and attention. And non-adjustable, simpler, reliable and perfect if you want a clean drop without the hassle. There are two brands most popular, KW and H&R. I went with H&R non-adjustable and it looks great. Lowering the suspension made the car smoother, less bounce at the start, more punch on launch and boost, and much less inertia, so the rear doesn't squat as much under hard acceleration. But honestly, I didn't notice a massive difference in handling, maybe because my rear part is perfect from the very beginning, but visually it's 100% worth it. Looks perfect. How do you like it? But maybe this stiffer suspension was exactly what later twisted my drive shaft. The thing that you only realize after you push it hard enough. How easily I can breathe without a mask. That's actually what I've done to my car. I installed a TCM silicone intake with double filters in the front. Have a look. With extra waterproof protection, not to be damaged. So the total cost was $700. There are pricier options out there. Some go for $2,600, others as low as $300. But I'm still not convinced that the more expensive is really worth it. So what actually this intake does? As power increases, the engine needs more oxygen. The new setup faces forward, more airflow, slightly cooler temps. So technically, it doesn't add horsepower, but it lets your engine breathe easier during hard launches. So think of it as giving your engine clear lungs and like a prep step for stage 3 or even stage 4, setting the foundation for serious tuning. And yeah, every time I open the hood, it looks like business. I think it's visually 10 of 10. How do you like it? A lot of you asked me about the wrap. It looks insane for a Ferrari red, but let's just say I had to fight for every detail and correction. I'm a perfectionist, so what's considered to be good enough for some people here doesn't work for me. My advice: before giving your baby to a wrap shop, be sure to go through all tricky areas like sensors, curves, edges. You will see that they wrapped it on top of the parking sensors, and where the rep didn't work, they put patches, real patches. They will fix it. Now they said everything is done, but it's not. The detail is broken. It's also not on its place. It's shaky. Triangle patches on top. Make sure they cut out parking sensors instead of just covering them. And for sure, no random patches. That's why finally I have an excellent result. So what's next? Without touching the engine, the next logical step is switching to E30, E40 fuel, adding a flex fuel kit, and upgrading the spark plugs and coils. That will add extra 100 horsepower. But let's assume the power is already at the very edge. Even with my setup, I had that drive shaft twisted during a race. And the thing is, I found out 5 more cars had the same problem the same month. And nobody warned me about this drive shaft issue beforehand. Also, I need to put XHP transmission tune, and after I'll give you the numbers. I'm still waiting for my drive shaft to be rebalanced, more than a month, and after show you everything. You know what, all that seems a little bit useless when you understand there are no proper place to really test your car, no drifting lots, no training spots, no racing corners, and all that in Florida, where you have a lot of sport cars and tuned beasts. So tell me, what do you think? Should we go all in and rebuild the engine or call it a day?